We had an incident at Mia Channu where, according to the Indian press release, it was an accidentally fired missile which turned out to be a Brahmos cruise missile, and Pakistan asked on the world platform as well that we need a joint probe. How responsible has India been in terms of this Brahmos missile, and how handling of these defense systems? And number two, how effective has India's response been when Pakistan has inquired about this accidental fire?
This incident has raised all sorts of questions, not only on India's command and control system, but also the standard operating procedures that they have in place. Pakistan has called for a joint probe. This missile, for its entire time from its launch until its detonation and impact in Mia Channu, was tracked by Pakistan Air Force. And the world is lauding Pakistan Air Force restraint, that it did not shoot down. There are many explanations that have been put out there, but until and unless the result of the inquiry from the Indian side comes, we are never going to know as to what actually transpired, how was it launched, how was it accidental. And the questions that I have been raising are that, what if this missile had a warhead in it? What if on impact it had exploded and there were massive casualties in Mia Channu? So these are some of the questions that the world also needs to ask. OIC has made a mention of it in its statement at the concluding ceremony of the CFMs, and that is the importance of it. The missile time between India and Pakistan is 3 to 4 minutes if a war happens. And if Pakistan needs to think, was it actually an accidental missile, or was India testing the air defense preparedness of Pakistan? So we need to keep an open mind, do a lot of scenarios, building thought processes, thought exercises around it. What if next time an armed drone accidentally gets launched and detonated inside Pakistan? So Pakistan and India have a 1991 agreement which is about airspace violations, but that only refers to aircraft airspace violations. I think it is high time that India and Pakistan revise that and include missiles, accidental missile launches, and accidental armed drone launches in it as well, and add that as an addendum, because you just cannot sit back and afford to relax about it, that it was an accidental launch, so let's not shoot it down and let it travel 100 kilometers in Pakistani territory. These type of assumptions during wartime, peacetime even, are very, very dangerous.
You spoke about revisiting, those agreements between Pakistan and India. That obviously comes into question also, because when you're talking about responsibility, about your command and control systems, and then you're also part of these world bodies that are actually looking into controlling the working of these missiles. So that obviously, reflects on India's capabilities as a country.
Absolutely does. India is part of the missile technology control regime. It is in the process of selling its Brahmos missiles, and Philippines is one of the buyers. So the obvious question Philippines needs to ask now is that Brahmos even safe now that they've invested in buying it?
Since India said it was accidentally fired.
Yes, accidentally fired. So what does accidental launch actually mean? How do you launch a missile accidentally? So there are a lot of questions, like I said, and Pakistan is waiting for India's inquiry to come in. I really should not have much hopes about it, because we never know. India is never going to come clean as to what actually happened and transpired.